Hello, I'm Bunry.
I'm Bredmer.
And this is IFXtra. So, how's everyone today? Are you okay? We had a good week. We've had a very traumatic week, haven't we?
Yeah. Spoilers, things are okay.
Yeah. But, little grumbles.
Yeah. So, I mean, first up, I haven't really got anything done this week. And hence, this is really late and I'm really tired. And after we've done this, we're going to go downstairs, order a pizza and watch The Traitors.
Yeah.
So, I don't have an interference update for you. I've got a cat update for you.
Yeah.
Spoilers, everything is
Okay-ish.
okay-ish.
At the moment.
If you don't want to hear about cat stuff, mute, and then I'll, give you a thumbs up. Okay, so Grumble had been a little bit out of sorts for a few days. I don't know, when was this?
Friday morning happened, didn't it?
Well, no, I mean, it's sort of like Sunday night, Monday night, he sort of seemed like a little bit quiet. Well, he does sometimes. And
we took him to the vet.
talking to the vet on Tuesday morning, because I was like, yeah, I just feel like something's not quite right here. He was like a little bit wheezy because he has asthma.
He just hiding away in his box. He wouldn't come out and play.
Yeah, because he's always like really cuddly, and he didn't want to give me a cuddle on Monday night, and it was bothering me because I'm like, this is weird. So anyway, we took him up to the vet. So well, I mean, it could be an asthma flare up. He sounds okay, He's got a little bit of a heart murmur, but he's got overactive thyroid, and it could be related to that. But it's all medicated, it's all good. We give him a steroid injection for the asthma, just in case it is a flare up there. And if you don't see an improvement in a couple of days, bring him back in. So we said, well, so what are you thinking, like Friday? He said, yeah, bring him in on Friday. So we got to Thursday, and
it wasn't improved at all, was it?
Yeah, and he was okay, but it's just lethargic. So I booked an appointment for him for like 9 a.m. on Friday, and because you look really sad, so we let him sleep on the bed, which he doesn't normally do, and we had a little bit of a cuddle, and then he got up about 6 to go downstairs, and you went downstairs to keep an eye on him, and then he was just sort of like splayed out on the living room floor.
A little bit,
I was like, oh great, he's having an asthma attack. So scooped him up, took him over to the emergency vet.
Because it's 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. And they gave him some oxygen, and that's what settled him down. Anyway, spinning on a bit, the gist is, sorry, I've been talking for so long, my phone alarm's going off. Let me just stop that. Apologies. The gist is that we took him in there, and they're like, yeah, he's not right. Did some tests and things.
While she was doing a scan, was it, or something?
Yeah, he kind of like, he fainted a few times, basically. And
another little episode. Funny turn, as they called it,
Yeah. Spoilers, things are okay. And they said, like, something's not right. It could be any number of things. It could be that there's something with his heart. I know you've said that he's got the overactive thyroid, so we'd expect that, but it could be a problem with his heart. Could have had a heart attack. Could have had a stroke. He didn't. It's okay. It could be this. It could be this. Could be this. Anyway, I don't know what we're at now. Friday morning. This is about 9 o'clock, and they were like, "Yeah, I mean,
he's not fit to go back in his car."
You can't take him back to the regular vet. He's going to have to stay here. We do have someone who is like an
expert cardiologist,
basically. Do you want us to see if he's available? And I was like, yeah, we owe it to him to have a go. So this guy came in, loads of tests, things like this.
His blood was really bad.
Yeah, his blood basically had no platelets, which is the thing that lets your blood clot. And they were like, yeah, I mean, we showed that one of the scans shows a little bit of internal bleeding, nothing major, but it's not going to be able to clot because of that. We'd do a CT of him and all this, so they did like all kinds of scans and things. Anyway, so the gist is, like, yeah, we think it's his thyroid medication is messing up his body's ability to make platelets.
Until he got none left.
It's something that can happen, but it's very rare. I've only seen it happen 3 times. This is the 3rd time I've seen it happen in my career, kind of thing. We've spoken to the manufacturer of the drug. It should sort it out, taking him off it, but it'll take a week
before it even starts to get back.
Before it gets out of his system, and it could take several weeks.
So if any bleeds, it would be terrible.
And so basically, he can't afford to have any injury. And when because he had to have a little bit of a shave to do the scans.
Shaving, yeah.
We noticed there's little bruises all over him, and so because he can't clot, anywhere he's sort of getting a knock, it's sort of, and so yeah. Did you say he's got a brother? Yeah, he's got this brother Dave.
We're not sure it's actually brother, do we? We didn't know.
We don't know if they really are brothers. They just turned up at the same time. And they're like, how would you feel if we maybe got Dave to donate a bit of blood containing platelets to Grumble? Because if they're brothers, it's going to be a good match and all this and things. And
they'd screen the blood and everything first. Match,
but this is basically the only thing we can do, because there isn't a nationwide blood service for cats like there is for dogs and humans. So we have a few local donors that we could get in, but might be that they're not matches, but his brother almost certainly will be. Anyway, so had a chat with Dave about it. Because Dave doesn't like. It's not even that he doesn't like going to the vet. He doesn't like getting in the car or anything. So had a talk to Dave. Said, like, look, your brother's really ill, but they think that you can help make him better. But we got to go to the vet, and they're gonna have to put a needle in you. And then he threw up everywhere.
He did. We got the carrier out and just threw up.
Because he's like, oh, you're serious? We're going to the vet. That's normal Dave. Anyway, so we took Dave over. They blood typed him, did the cross matching and all this. All good.
Perfect match. So they are brothers after all.
So Dave let them take, I don't know how much it is. It's not like a pint like you do in humans. But a few 100 ml, probably. 200 ml, I don't know, something like that. So they took that out, screened it and everything, put it into Grumble, and said...
make or break next 12 hours.
Yeah. We're not going to do a blood test now, because every time we do a blood test, we're taking blood out, which is going to be making it a bit worse. We're just going to, keep an eye on him, but not do anything to him overnight. And we'll test it in the morning, see what's happening. So that brings us to this morning. Is it still Saturday? I don't know.
It's still Saturday.
Apologies for people who were expecting a light-hearted update about drawing games. But we know that a lot of you would like to know. So spoilers, is okay. So they gave us a call this morning and said, yeah, look, it seems to be working. The magic number for this thing, 250, I think they said, is normal. Originally he was at 0. They managed to get it recovered a bit to 10. Like we've put this blood in, and it's like up to 16, so it's moving in the right direction. So, and hopefully this that he's had from his brother will give him some breathing space while his body replaces his own. And they said we can tell from the blood test that his bone marrow that makes all of this stuff is working fine. It's pumping this stuff out. It's just that this drug was messing it up. Anyway, point is, they put the blood in. We went over to see him
this afternoon.
we went over to see him this afternoon.
Oh, we saw him last night. He was just lying
Yeah,
there.
we saw him last night, and he
really
was okay.
But-
He was in this cute little tent. He was in an oxygen tent, which was basically like a see-through tent that they were putting oxygen in so he could breathe easier. And he was okay, you know. And we had a little headbutt and this, but we left him overnight. So we went back earlier, and he was basically like acting himself, really,
A little bit,
like you know, a bit.
It's very obviously very.
He's weak,
Yeah,
but yeah, we gave you a really good headbutt, didn't he? And you know, we had a bit of nuzzling time and stuff, and he's eating and going to the loo and all these things that are important. Dave's doing fine.
Yeah, he's a bit tired today because you know he's had a lot of blood taken out, but
yeah,
he's fine.
So he's probably going to be in for a few days because this magic number, they say if he gets to 50, that is enough that
to come home.
You know, that's like the sort of bootstrapping level. You know, if he's got to 50, there's enough working platelets to keep him going while he builds back up to 250. But it'll probably take a few days. So this is day 2. So he's probably going to be there. He might come out day 5 or something. I don't know. But
he did look a lot better today, which is good.
Yeah, he looked loads better. He looked loads better, and we had a little talk and things. And he was like, but yeah. So yeah.
That's what we've been doing.
Yeah. Sorry, it feels quite therapeutic just to sort of talk it on through as well. So thank you for listening, people. Yes. But yeah, I think that's all of it. Oh yeah, so he's had various scans and things, and there were a few bad things that it could be. You know, like
heart attack, heart failure.
This scan, we've had a copy of the report, and the guy talked us through it, and it's basically all of the bad stuff seemingly is ruled out. So it
must be the drug.
Must be this drug.
Destroyed his blood.
And that'll fix it real good. So yeah.
If you keep going just a little bit longer.
Yeah. So right, I'll sort of do the thumbs up and say if you're on mute, you can turn it back on now. So just to summarise, Grumble the cat, he's been a bit ill. He's being looked after. He's looking much better now, but he's going to
take a few days.
Yeah. He's going to be at Kitty Hospital for a few days. But we're hoping he'll maybe be back middle of next week.
Yeah.
But so nothing else has happened because there's been working on things, and then there's been fretting about him since Tuesday, and then there's been all this. So
here we are.
So I haven't done anything. Sorry. Yeah. But Grumble's okay, and that's all I care about, frankly. Yeah.
Okay, let's go see who won this week's awards. Picture of the week this week goes to Awesome for a needle threaded with green yarn. I think it's really difficult to draw a ball of wool, and that looks brilliant. And that needle looks so metallic. Nice work, Awesome.
My favourite description this week was, "The letter Q is crying and looks fabulous doing it," by Raging Dragon. I don't quite know what it is, but it just seems a really fitting description. I mean, okay, letter Q is crying, yeah, fair enough. But it kind of does look fabulous. I don't know if it's sort of the eyelashes or the way that the liney bit on a Q, I don't know what that's called, looks like they're sort of standing in a dramatic way. Yeah, it's weird, but it fits. Nice work, Raging Dragon.
Community pick of the week this week goes to Heracleum for Duckybus. This looks like some kind of classical amazing painting, but with a duck instead of a succubus. And he looks very pleased with himself. That is brilliant. I just love it. Well done, Heracleum. They were amazing.
Awesome stuff there as always.
Now we're going to look at what we were doing last week in the forum games. With it being the beginning of the month, we had a forum game, and I said, I will ask you to choose between 2 options. And it's called Would You Rather? And then you answer and say why. And then you write a random choice for the next person to answer, and so on. So I said, would you rather have a city break or a beach holiday? What do you reckon?
It's an interesting choice. I mean, I think my default would be city break, because you can go and look at stuff and there's all sorts of interesting. But I mean, especially after this week,
Yeah.
I would.
Sometimes just
I
crave.
quite like the idea of getting on a sun lounger.
By pool, reading a book.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
that would be nice.
Yeah.
I guess with the nature of this, because people are answering the previous question, it doesn't make sense to pick them out of context.
No,
so
you can go over there and have a look. Some interesting questions asked by other people. And yeah, it's quite cool. But now we're going to see what we talk about next week in the forums. What is the first thing a foreign visitor should do in your town? I would say maybe for us, visit the Philip Astley Museum, founder of the modern circus, and then sample some traditional Staffordshire oatcakes with a full English fry-up. How about you?
If you'd like to chime in with that, just head over to the general discussion forum. It's the pinned thread for the week, so you'll find it at the top of the thread list.
Cool. Now, don't forget, tomorrow night is Zeitgeist Night. It's a quiz with 5 rounds on 5 different topics.
Every Sunday at 7 p.m. UK time over on twitch.tv/interference run Zeitgeist, the Interference Quiz of the Week, the live interactive quiz stream where you play along against the rest of the audience, competing for points and places on the leaderboard. Each round is based on a drawing from Interference. Bunner has picked 5 drawings, using them as inspiration for the rounds. We won't get to know what the rounds are until the actual night, but do you want to just tease us with the names of the featured artists?
Okay, well, this week we've got Callum, we've got Orchie Rose, we've got Paige, Sabbath, and Zimbibi.
Okay, yeah, nice mixture there.
Yeah.
Okay, Callum sometimes joins us in the quiz, so hopefully he'll be there to see his art. Seems like you're up first, so yeah.
It's that round
Need to get that early on, yeah. Okay, so that's what's happening tomorrow, but what happened last week?
Last week, we had a winner, Toastmonster.
Ooh.
I don't think Toastmonster's won for a while. He was the winner with 225, followed by El Guapo, 202, and then Darth was third with 197.
Yeah.
Pretty good scores.
That is pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, so good stuff. So if you'd like to join in for the next episode of that's going to be tomorrow, 7 p.m. UK, twitch.tv/interference.
Cool. So that's all the news for now. Just go to say.
Yeah, if you're not already taking part in the game, then get involved. You can play on the web at playinterference.com or search for Interference in the App Store on your device and download the app. You can also join the chat with us over on Discord, playinterference.com/Discord. And if you'd like to give us a bit of monthly support for building a new version of the app, ongoing maintenance of the game, all of this kind of stuff, you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/interference. And patrons become supporters on Interference, so you get access to things like replays, you get some extra game modes, all kinds of stuff like that. And if you're a quiz player, we'll give you a custom entrance shout out from Ava.
Perfect. That's my favourite bit. Okay, that's it for now. So we'll see you again next week.
Have a great week. We'll see you next Saturday.
Bye.
Bye.